History belongs to dreamers. I was poor when I was in school, but not the only one. Just about everybody was poor at the time 30 years ago. Korean per capita income was about $70. It is now more than $6,000, so you can imagine how difficult life was for us then. Of course, today there are still poor people, but in the days we lived in the Changcheongdong section of Seoul, and I had to walk 2 hours to Yonsei University, which was more than 6 miles away. Did not have a single coin in my pocket, but I had dreams. I still cannot forget the feeling that would come over me when I stepped out of the library late at night, or when I looked up at the sky on the long trudge home. It seemed like the world was mine. That could just wrap the universe. Nothing seemed impossible to me. The vitality of youth was in me, and it filled my heart with dreams. There was nothing that could stop me. Of all the things that youth brings with it, dreams are the most important. People with dreams know no poverty, for a person is as rich as his or her dreams. Youth is the time of life when, even if you do not own a thing, you have nothing to envy if you have dreams. History belongs to dreamers. Dreams are the power for changing the world. I will bet that all the people who are shaping world history today had big dreams when they were young. The United States, with a history of just over 200 years, is shaping world history today. And as we know, it was the great dreams of the early settlers with their pioneering spirit that provided the power for such growth. But nowadays, I often hear that young people no longer have dreams about the future, or that the dreams they do have are fixed only on the present. If that is true, then nothing could be sadder for the individuals, and even more so for the nation. Dreams often make a person. They control his personality, his work, even his destiny. Dreams are like the rudder of a ship setting sail. The rudder may be small and unseen, but it determines the ship's course. So a life without dreams is like a ship without a rudder. Just like a ship without a rudder becomes nothing but a person without a dream, loses his direction and tosses about until he gets caught in the seaweed. And a person with the wrong kind of dreams is in as much danger as a person without dreams. A person whose dreams do not go beyond the personal comfort of the present is as pathetic as a person without dreams at all. I had a dream when 5 of us started Daewoo Industrial Company. That dream was to contribute to social development through corporate activity. We started with just $10,000 in a small, drab, rented room in the corner of a building, but I had a dream even bigger than the universe itself. That dream started to come true as the company grew in just 10 years. I had the largest building in Korea, today's Daewoo Center. At the time, however, I had my reservations about building the Daewoo Center. I thought it might be better to invest the money into production facilities that would contribute to more immediate economic development. I was also afraid that the company would be criticized for real estate speculation. I changed my thinking, however, and started a new dream. A dream to expand the company to the point where we could fill the huge building with Daewoo personnel. At the time, such a feat was really unimaginable. Yet I realized that dream within 5 years. Daewoo personnel now number over 100,000, enough to fill 3 such buildings. Now I have other dreams. One is to make the finest quality product in the world during my lifetime. I have already set a number of world records, including the world's largest single dock at Daewoo Shipbuilding's Okpo Shipyard, the world's largest garment factory in Busan, the world's largest volume garment sales. But there is something that we have not yet achieved, and that is making a product that is the finest of its type in the world. I treasure this dream, no matter what the product may turn out to be. It could be anything, as long as it becomes renowned as the finest of its kind in the world, like a Parker pen or a Nikon camera. It does not matter what it is, as long as they say that it was made by Kim Woo-chung, and that it is the best of its kind. That is my dream. But it seems to be a dream that would not be reached easily in the near future. Maybe it will happen only after I pass on the huge Daewoo effort to an outstanding successor. Another dream, my greatest dream, is to be remembered as a respected entrepreneur. I do not want to be known for being rich or for having made a lot of money. Traditionally in Korea, businessmen have not been respected, rather. They have been people to look down on or to keep your distance from. There may be a lot of reasons for this, and perhaps the greatest is the deeply rooted Confucian tradition of social rank: the scholar, the farmer, the artisan, and the merchant, in that order, with the merchant at the bottom of the ladder. Another reason can also be found in more recent trends for some business people. The accumulation of wealth justifies the means. But I do not see why person cannot attain the same or an artist. I want to remembered as an outstanding professional in my field. And my last dream is to help make a society where entrepreneurs are respected. I will continue to work toward making that dream a reality.